Okay, let's take a break from some grammar stuff and let's look at literature. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about, or I'm gonna just recite, I guess, or read to you an excerpt from La Teresa. And this came from this book called Sugilanong Sugbuanon, right? Cebuano fiction until 1940. So it's like the early beginnings until 1940, right? Sugilanong Sugbuanon. Sugilan, okay, so Sugilan means like literatures or stories, something like that, right? Some sort of storyline. Sugilanong, um, Sugilanon is like what stories and literature, Sugilanon, right? But Sugilanong Sugbuanon, stories, right? Nga Sugbuanon, stories in Cebuano. Okay, so enough of that. You can buy the book if you want, but this is just an excerpt from it. And I do own a copy of the book, as you just saw, so I'm gonna put this here for y'all. La Teresa is an early work. It was an early work done in 1852 by the man named as Antonio Ubeda de la Santísima Trinidad, right? So, 1852. What was going on in 1852? And you got to understand what was going on in the Cebuano speaking world, I guess, in the Philippines at that time as well. So this video might be a little more advanced for some of you Cebuano learners out there or Cebuano speakers out there because it's going to be written a little bit classic, right? And you'll see that as I write the stories. You'll see how it's written in like classical Cebuano. But 1852, at that time, Spanish colonization was still going on. And so heavy influence from Spain and Hispanic elements came into the Cebuano language. And one of the things were last names. So Antonio Ubeda de la Santísima Trinidad. So de la Santísima Trinidad means of the Holy Trinity, right? Remember in the Spanish video, the ismo or isma, Santísima, like the ismo or moma, like means like of or ism kind of a deal. So I guess you can kind of think of it as like a sanctified trinity. Remember the dad ending is the e ending, the ly's or the e ending. Trinidad, trinity, right? So holy trinity, right? A sanctified trinity in that sense of the sanctified trinity. Anyway, enough of that. But your Spanish, again, I highly recommend you to also use your Spanish vocabulary when you're learning Cebuano because it will help, okay? It will help a lot. So let's move on, right? And the introduction just pretty much says like dialogo kun pagpolong-polong sa usa ka familia kun banay sa maong ginikanan nga nagatudlo sa daghanan nga katungdanan nga wala maila sa daghanan nga mga Bisayang Kristiyanos. Okay? So I know that was a thought that I understand that was a lot, but it's look at the way it's spelled, okay? Look at the way it's pronounced and spelled. Again, 1852 compared to right now in today 2018, right? Very different. The language has changed, right? Dialogo. What does dialogo mean, right? Dialogo. And notice the A has an accent mark, so we know that the stress lies on the A, on the A, right? Dialogo. So dialogo means dialogue. Kun, right? Dialogue, kun means with or joining to, right? Dialogo kun pagpolong-polong, right? Dialogo kung pagpolong-polong. And what is polong-polong? Polong-polong is like a little conversation. You can think of it as some sort of conversation with people or some sort of conversation that you'll have that explains, like side talk or something like that, or just something that will teach. Will teach. It's like a conversation that will teach or a talk, some sort of not not sermon, but some sort of preaching or teaching or some sort of lesson that you'll kind of learn, right? Pagpolong-polong sa usa ka familia kun banay, right? So dialogue with a lesson from or a teaching. So dialogue from a lesson or a teaching sa usa ka familia kun, right? By a family, by one family kun again. There's that kun again, which means with. But again, this kun is kind of archaic. Kun banay sa maong. Banay meaning like nuclear family, right? And we're thinking about a family. It's a family, but it's just including parents and the kids. That's it. The parents and the children, blood-related children and the parents. So a dialogue that teaches a dialogue with a family that teaches hold on, where have we? Yeah, a dialogue that teaches from said by a family usa ka familia kun banay sa maong ginikanan. So banay sa maong ginikanan meaning like a family with the rightful parents. And this is what I mean by like a nuclear family. Banay sa maong ginikanan, with the rightful parents. Ginikanan meaning parents, right? Nga nagatudlo, right? Nga nagatudlo. So tudlo is our verb here. And notice how it's spelled with an O, the way this Hispanic way was written. Nagatudlo. So we know as tudlo, right? In today's. It's kind of like Shakespearean Cebuano in a way, or like Shakespeare Cebuano. It's weird, right? Nagatudlo sa daghanan nga katungdanan. Okay, I know this is a lot, right? Sa daghanan nga katungdanan. And daghanan, we know it as daghang, right? Daghang. And daghang is just the modern way of saying a lot of, right? But with the nga ligature. And the nga ligature is there before katungdanan. What's katungdanan? Katungdanan means like your responsibilities or duties, or something that you're supposed to fulfill, like your I don't want to say like filial like duty, but like your like some sort of obligation, right? So it's a family that teaches a lesson, right? Because you're teaching tudlo sa daghanang nga katungdanan, right? With a lot of duties, or with duties, I guess you should say with duties, nga wala maila sa daghanan nga mga Bisayang Kristiyanos. Okay, this is again a lot. Let's start right here. Nga wala. Notice how wala is spelled with the u again, right? We're looking at classical Cebuano here. Wala maila sa. So that no, maila means to get acquainted with, or to get experience with, or to be familiar with, right? Or have some sort of familiarity with, right? Ila, maila, you're gonna be having that. Ma is the incepting in the incompleted portion, not yet done, right? Sa daghanan nga. Every time you see daghanan nga, just think of it as daghang. Daghang. This is a more like, again, like Shakespearean Cebuano kind of way, right? Daghanan nga mga Bisayang Kristiyanos. It's kind of like a Shakespearean. It's really classical again. So sa daghang nga mga Bisayang Kristiyanos. So it's gonna teach you teach these families that aren't really acquainted with the duties from Visayan Christians, right? Mga Bisayang Kristiyanos. And the Kristiyanos, it's weird how I see it spelled this way, I guess, but it works. And look, the mga pluralizer is there, so we know Cristiano is going to be plural, right? And even they have the S there for the Spanish in plural, like adding an S, right? Whew, so that was a lot, but we'll get to the next part, okay? So, Capítulo 1, Chapter 1, Capítulo 1. We don't say usa. It's weird. Capítulo 1. Ang pagduaw ni Tio Juan sa iyang pag-umangkon nga bag-ong minyo. Okay. So, Chapter 1, right? Ang pagduaw ni Tio Juan sa iyang pag-umangkon nga bag-ong minyo. So, he's talking about the visit, right? There's a visit that Tio Juan did. Whoever Tio Juan is. Notice how Tio has an accent. It's a typical Hispanic borrowing. Tio, right? Ang pagduaw means like the visitation. Like you're gonna go see somebody. Again, this is a really, really, really deep word. Ni Tio Juan sa iyang to his. And notice how iyang is not spelled with the Y. There's no epenthesis hasn't happened here yet, but it will once Cebuano literature becomes modernized. It's going to be spelled as yang, but right now it's yang, right? Yang. Pag umangkon meaning niece or nephew, right? So his visit to his niece and nephew nga bagong minyo, who is newly married. Minyo meaning to get married or married, right? Bagong new, bago nga minyo, newly married. And look how minyo is also spelled with the enye, right? Minyo, it's very classical. So let's go on to the dialogue. Juan, dayagon gihapon si Santa Maria Virgen, right? Dayagon gihapon si Santa Maria Virgen, and it means something like, oh, praise, praise be to the Holy Mary the Holy Mary Virgin Virgen, right? And again, the G and the G. This case, sometimes it's written with the U, sometimes it's written with the I without the U, so it's still pronounced as ga. But with the GE, we know it's pronounced as a H, right? A Virgen. Maria. So walay katapusan gihapon until eternity, right? Until eternity. So walay katapusan. So katapusan means the ending of something, like an ending, right? An end to something. But we add here the negative, the sa walay katapusan, to the never, to the nothing ending, to the never ending, right? To the nothing, to the no ending. Gihapon means also, or praises without ending as well, right? Gihapon. Then Juan goes to say, maayong hapon kaninyong nga tanan, right? So good, I guess good evening to you all, right? Kaninyo nga tanan. Maria then goes and says, maayong hapon usab kanimo, odoy. Odoy is an expression, it's like Cebuano speakers will say, uy, 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 right? And nowadays we say uy, but back then they say odoy, 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 odoy. They'll say expressions like that. Ania ka man di ay? Oh, you're here? You are. Remember the verb of existence, ania? Ania ka man di ay? Ka. Look how ka is spelled, okay? Ania ka man di ay? Kano sa ikaw miabot? When did you arrive? When did you arrive? Ikaw. Remember, look at the spelling. It's just classical now. Juan. Ay, kadon pa. Karon pa. Remember, nowadays we say karon. That D and the R are the two words that are I'm blanking out on this, but they are two letters that you can alternate, but it'll still have the same meaning. I'm forgetting the linguistic term for it. Kadon pa, kay dugay na nga wala ako makita kaninyo. Okay, it's weird how it's spelled, but bear with me because it's been a long time that wala ako makita kaninyo, that I have not seen. Makakita means the ability to see. You all, to you all. Remember, oblique case, kaninyo. Nga wala ako makakita kaninyo. Ug gihidlaw ta kamo. And I have been longing for, yearning for. Hidlaw means to yearn or to long for. Gi, again, look at that spelling. Gihidlaw ta kamo. Busa sa wala ako paglangan, midayon ako diri. Due to that, or busa sa means like therefore or consequently, like, or due to that, right? So something, right? Due to that or consequently, wala ako paglangan. Due to that, I don't have time to waste. Paglangan means to waste time or to delay something, right? Wasted time or delay. Paglangan, right? The act of going to waste time or delaying something. So, busa sa wala ako paglangan, right? Mindayon ako diri. So, wala ako panglangan meaning like I have no time to not have or not exist any wasted time. Dayon means now, like immediately, right now. Mindayon, again, me. Actually, the modern affix for this is me or ni, right? So that N doesn't exist anymore in modern Cebuano. Mindayon ako diri, I hurried or I immediately came here. Ako diri. So hopefully this can help you get a better understanding of classical literature back in the day.